You see, when we talk about consequences of wrong parenting, sometimes most parents don't actually look at the good, the bad when it comes to parenting. And that is why when you look at the social media of today, you find out that so many wrongs are the one going on there. A child unaliving the parent just because I asked for food and I couldn't get the food. And the next thing I feel what is next is to just carry machete and do the next thing. Or a child that is battling with changes like anger issues, and you feel that don't worry, when he grows up and he gets married, he will be able to handle it, or the wife will be able to calm it down. At the end of the day, that man or that young boy grew up into a man and got married, and the next that anger issue was never dealt with. The wife becomes a victim, either becoming a punching bag, becoming experiencing domestic violence, or even up to the extent of unaliving the wife. We've seen cases, and these are issues that result from parenting. Yes, because you already know that that child has issues, but for you to tackle that issue, you left it, you were managing the child. Yes, just prepare the child until that child gets to an adult. And the next thing, you as a parent, you started looking for a wife for for the young man, so that whether the wife will be able to calm the man down, but you don't know that you are sending another person's child into her own doom. And at the end of the day, what happened? We start hearing things in the internet. Oh, he unalived his wife. He has that is how he has been right from childhood, and you never dealt with it. Well, welcome to another exciting episode on Mom of Things, and where we talk about parenting and question teenagers are asking is making waves in this channel. Please do well to listen to questions teenagers are asking, and also drop meaningful comments where you feel we've not actually dealt with. Well, on today's topic, we are going to be talking about wrong parenting and its effect on teenagers and also on adults. I will start by this. Have you seen couples that little thing they get angry and they start carrying machete, this one carry this one and this one, and they start driving each other. Even some go to the extent of unaliving one another. And the next thing they will just tell you, I did not mean it, it was out of anger. Let me tell you something about this anger. This anger didn't just start today. No, this anger started while this child was young. And you, the parent, you never did anything to it. You see, I read the story of recent on the social media, and I pray I'm able to put up the write up on the screen where a man unalive his mom. What happened? They said he came back from work or came back from outside and told the mom that he is hungry. And the mom said, there's no food for you, and the man got angry and decided to unalive the mom. Hmm. The story sounds funny, but let me tell you the truth. It's real and it happens. And these are many more stories that usually happens, especially when you do a wrong parenting. What am I saying? You know that that child has a problem. You know that that girl has a problem. And yet you still decide to package the child, make the child grow up and send the child into somebody else's hand to go and do the unabominable or the abominable. Hmm. It's becoming like a normal thing in the society now. And one of the things I see there is wrong parenting. You see, when a child is growing up and you know your child's attitude, as a parent, I believe it is very important for you to start dealing with that child's character. What am I saying? Your child is a clep. You know that they can't keep anything down. And the next thing the child picks it, you know that that is a problem. And you've not started seeking solution. You feel that, oh, the child will outgrow it. After all, there are people that did it while they were young, and at the end of the day, they stopped it while they grow. And who said that your child will stop it? And who said that the people you are using as an example, that the parents never worked on them to make them a better person? You don't know. What you don't know is actually bigger than you, because you hear that, oh, Mama Amaka's child used to steal, and at the end of the day, he's now grown up and he no longer does that again. But have you asked Mama Amaka what he did to make sure that that child never had that character as a child that child is growing up? You never did, but you only assume as a parent. And that is why it is good for you to watch my video on don't assume in parenting. Because one of the things that destroys parenting is assumption. Oh, he's going to be. I know it is. No, you don't know. And if you are not doing it properly, it becomes a problem. Okay, let me give you an example. You find out that in today's generation parenting, a lot of us parents don't even concentrate on our children. We feel that parenting or teenage age is a phase, and this phase is one phase that they will outgrow it. But that is why I keep telling you that you don't assume. Let's assume you have a rascal as a child and you never worked on that child, and that child, you don't know why that character is like that, and you are telling yourself that, oh, it's juvenile killing, how they used to call it. You will outgrow it, and when the time comes, you will see him changing, and you left that child like that. Let me tell you what that child will bring to you later. Problem. See, no matter how you try to sugarcoat or paint wrongdoing, especially when it comes to teenager, as that child grows up, it will affect that child. And that is what we are seeing in today's men, in today's women. Yes, a lot of them has character that people cannot assign with. Like I was saying in one of my videos, I said I will take my time and bring up my child in a godly way, try to make sure that that character that I know that will not be good for him or her in the future, try to break such character and try to mold my child into a way that will be good. And you, on the other hand, your child, you just left that child feeling that, oh, it's just juvenile activity, he will outgrow it, and my own trained child end up meeting up your untrained child. What will happen? It becomes a big problem. And that is what we are seeing in the society of these days. Look at internet fraudsters. Are they not parents that gave birth to those ones? They are. But because I believe there was no parental training, because if there was, I can't sit down and see my own son becoming internet fraudsters and I will be applauding the child. Is it because of poverty or is it because of what? One thing I believe is lack of parental upbringing. And also, you just check the internet. What do you see? People insulting each other, irrespective of forgetting that internet never forget. They will go as far as to do anything just to make sure they get on the other person. And yet, they are not even remorseful. What kind of upbringing did that one tell you? Wrong parenting. And these are some of the effects of wrong parenting. Now we see divorce everywhere because you just get married today and the next 3 months you've heard that the couple that got married 3 months ago, they've gotten divorced. And you are wondering what happened. The effect of wrong parenting, yes, because you find out that a lot of couples that are getting married, they're just getting married for the euphoria reason, or they just for the now, they are not even looking at the future. And a lot of them has bad character that cannot be related with. Imagine a mother saying, I'm happy that you are getting married so that this your problem, you will leave it from, you will take it away from my house and go and dump it in your husband's house. And whose husband? Somebody that was well trained, a man that or a guy that was well trained, brought up and give a good parenting. Now coming to the child that because the man just see fell in love and felt that, oh, love will solve all things, and decide to carry your own child that has bad character and put in the house. Every day is going to be fight. Oh, every day is going to be fight. And that is one of the reasons why you see we have a whole lot of marital issues here and there. Because sometimes when the people that are having issues tell you their problem, you cannot even comprehend it. Do you know why? Because the character is so bad. Imagine somebody telling the wife that you have a very bad character, and I believe your parents never give you a parental training. And you are wondering why would the man be saying such? Why would the man say such? Because the lady already have a bad character, and you that gave birth to the child, you are happy to send the child away, but you are sending the child to another person that groomed his or her own child very well and causing a huge problem. Hmm. Okay, I said earlier that a story of the man that unalived his mother just because of food. So you can imagine if that guy has a wife, what would have been the problem? Imagine if it was a wife that said, my husband, there is no food, and that would have just ended that woman's life. You see, sometimes meta evaluation is actually very important, especially when it comes to teenagers. You know your child is behaved strangely. You shouldn't pray it out. You should seek solution and you should seek for help. There are medical helps that will help your parent, your children, especially when you notice that that behavior can lead to something else. And wrong parenting is one of the things that takes them to school, that a student will stand up to a teacher and give the teacher a best insult of their life. And after that, the child will tell you, call my parent, and they will not do anything. That is signs of wrong parenting. You are not doing it well. And because we mothers and fathers of this generation, we are all busy pursuing money, thinking of what are we going to provide. But in doing so, we are not also checking the children we are wondering for day and night just to put food on their table. We are not even checking their character. You see, if you are internationals and you are watching this video, let me give you an interesting story. Imagine a child planning to kidnap their own parents just to get ransom and enjoy themselves because they asked their parents for money and the parents told them they don't have, and they decide to gang up and kidnap their own parents. What ended it up? In the process, the parents got to know they saw their son among the kidnappers. The son has a choice, either to unalive the parents or let the parents go. But guess what he did? He unalived his own parents so that this matter will not go. So you can imagine your child, a child that you gave birth to, you labored for, and you just let that child be. And one of the things that happen starts from when they are young. I keep telling you, you see, you don't do everything for them. Sometimes you allow them to think. You don't buy everything for them. See, I am a parent that even if I have the money, I will not do it for you. Sometimes I feel you should earn it for you to receive such. You see, I used to like watching some movies. You see these movies that sometimes they will tell you you have to earn it before they can give you a bowl of food. You see them running helter skelter, trying to see how they are going to make it so that they can have a bowl of food to eat for that day. Sometimes that is what you should do in parenting. They cannot just wake up and tell you, Mommy, I want to buy this, and you just tell them, okay, I'm going to get it for you tomorrow. And tomorrow you give it to them. What are you telling them? They become mentally and every other thing unstable. They don't have mental strength. They cannot think on their own. And that is why we have children that cannot reason on their own, teenagers that cannot take decisions on their own, teenagers that still depends on their parents, and above all, teenagers that don't even respect their parents because they will still feel, what would they do? And in also doing wrong parenting, there is something I would really like to chip in. Your character matters a lot. You see, that thing you are doing and you feel they don't know, they do, and they are learning from it. So imagine a young toddler seeing you doing some funny things with the dad. One day they will practice it. And if you don't stop it, that is how that child will grow up and never knew that there is something called morals or decency. And you, as a parent, your lifestyle is one thing that should be able to help them. I don't know, I'm just talking generally on parenting. You see, one of the things, the moral decays in the society is one thing I'm trying to phantom. You see, you go out, you see a girl dressed naked, and even when you tell the child that, oh, this thing you are doing is bad, and the child will keep telling you that, as far as my parents never complain, who are you to complain? And truly, the parents never complained. They saw the child going out naked and they never told the child, please go back and dress properly. So, who are you to not tell the child to go back? Please tell me, you are a nobody. And that is one of the reasons why we have parents doing wrong parenting till this day. Oh, I want my child to belong. I want my child to be this. I want my child to be that. And you are not correcting your child. Sometimes your children are so arrogant that you feel it is self-confidence. My dear, you have to know the difference between self-confidence and arrogancy. And let me tell you the truth. One of the things these teenagers of this generation are portraying is arrogancy and not self-confidence. You see, a child that is self-confident will not talk to an adult in a manner that will be insultive. Yes. A child that is well brought up, that is self-confident, will know how to ask before taking. Not saying that as far as in my house, I can do whatever I want. And one of the reasons why we have arrogant children also had to do with you, the parents. You feel they are your child, you have the money to do anything you want, and since they are your children, they can do anything they want, and they picked it up. They start from the home. Everybody in the home is their mates. No, they don't have respect, they don't have regards for anyone. And by the time they leave the home, they go to school, they become bullies, they become something else, and they don't even have respect and regard for constituted authorities in the school. And trust schools people, they will pick them because they need the money. If not, a lot of our children will be at home, not going to school because of their character. Yes, if we really want to look at it, some of you, your children will not be going to school. But because the schools need your school fees, so they will collect it and be managing your children. And by the time they manage them to the extent that they manage to leave the school, they are so happy that your child has left. And some people will say, that is why we send them to school now. Why are they not disciplining them in school? What happened to you in the house? Why are you not doing the discipline? Why are you not being the one doing the talking? Then when they go to school, they show a true typical example of you doing the talking and it's reflecting in school. That is how it's supposed to be. It's a place of learning and also in character. But character starts from home. You see, you that is watching this video, there's one thing I want to tell you. Don't overlook some certain things because wrong parenting is one thing that destroys children. It pains me to see juveniles in detention. It pains me to see children that their parents are supposed to talk to being languishing. I know sometimes people will say, oh, I talk and they did not hear. I keep saying it, talk, so that people will know that, yes, you said something. You see, those people's children you keep envying, those people's children you keep praying to God that, oh, I wish your son or your daughter was like that. Let me tell you one thing about those parents. They did a proper parenting. When it's wrong, they tackle it. When it's right, they applaud. You, what are you doing? If I may ask you this question. When it's wrong, what decision do you make? When it's right, what do you do? And that is why you see some of these adults of this generation, they go without having love, they go without parental care, they go without parental guidance. It is the society that taught them. And a child that the society taught, what do you expect from such children? I don't know the parent I am talking to, but this is one thing I have to tell you. If there is one mistake you shouldn't make in your life, is doing a wrong parenting. The end point is not good because sometimes you might feel that you are free from the trouble, especially when they leave the home. But remember, but anything that happens to that child still come back to meet you in the home, except you are not no longer on this mother earth. It will come back. And please remove these assumptions. Assumption is one of the things that parenting, it is not good. If you've not watched my video on assumption, please do so. It will teach you a whole lesson. You are assuming that the child is well behaved. You are assuming because you feel that the child is coming from a well behaved one. And who said? Who said? My next video will be on people that assume the outcome of it. We've seen people's nudity coming out. We see people being unalive just because of a thing that could have been guided. We've seen so many things that comes out of assumption. And this I will tag the effect of assumption, and I pray I'm able to do justice to that video. Please stay tuned to that video, because assumption is one thing. Oh, because you are a man of God or you are a religious leader and you feel that because you wake up in the morning to pray, you pray in the morning, pray in the afternoon, you pray in the evening, that your child will take over or your child is well behaved like that. My dear, it doesn't go like that. If you are not sitting down and thinking of way to shaping your children, it doesn't go like that. And that is why I will give you this last advice for free. If you think they will outgrow it, they might outgrow it wrongly. So the best is for you to start shaping your child the way you want them to be. And if you want to become mama doctor, papa engineering, and all later in the future, you have to start now. Now is not too late. And no child of yours should be stronger than you. Rather, you should be stronger than them. I hope I've been able to give this simple advice on wrong parenting. And please do well to share this video to any parent you know that needs it. And above all, don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video to a parent. Until I come your way next time, this is Mom of Things, and I'm saying have a beautiful day.